About a year ago, I bought my first crashed car, a BMW M4 competition. And after rebuilding it, I turned it into something special. I did a full carbon kit, wheels, suspension, cooling system, intake system, exhaust system, even did a custom tune on it, making it push over 720 wheel horsepower. But when I thought I did everything, there was one more thing left. And that was rip out the stock twin turbo setup designed by BMW and put a big old single turbo kit on it. Let's see how this goes. Behind me is my M4 competition that makes over 720 wheel horsepower. And well, that power is not enough for what I'm trying to do. So right here we have a beautiful single turbo kit. So without further ado, what's on this table? Now, obviously I showed you the Turbo Smart Turbo. We have my wastegates right here, but then here is the sauce. This is my Sencow Motorsport single turbo kit with custom downpipe. We have our dump tubes here, all the tubing, basically everything we need to do to get this car right. And also Bimmer Network is involved as well in making this car fast. We have our TMS system here, as well as some other stuff that we're gonna do in the future. Now we gotta stop wasting time. Let's get this thing on the lift and start taking off the stock twin turbo setup, drain the oil, drain the coolant, and get to work. Now, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery because we're gonna be draining the oil, giving this car a fresh oil change. So we do not want this car to be turned on. And sometimes old habits die hard. And if the wrong person sits in this car and thinks they can turn it on and it has no oil, well, it'll be a bad day. Now, I'm no stranger to the first half of this project because I did blow one of my stock turbos a while back. But for those of you that don't know, to get access to the stock turbos, I have to take all of the braces off, take out the intake system, and then get underneath the car to do a bunch more work.
There you go. Nice.
All right, let's see how dirty my oil is. Ooh. It don't look like stripper glitter. Click, click. All this coolant's gonna go everywhere in a sec. All right. Now we got one more place to drain the coolant from, and then downpipes. I'm definitely taking a shower tonight. There you go. All right, so we're gonna end off tonight by doing the downpipes. So I disconnected the O2 sensors up top. That way they come down with the downpipes. So now we're gonna go ahead, raise this thing back up, pull them out, and then I'm gonna go home, edit a YouTube video, and eat some dinner. Now at the beginning of this video, you may have seen a few things that are irregular. One, the 600 LT looks broken, when in reality, it's fixed now. Same thing with the F12. It's in the shop when right now it's not. And that's because this video has taken a couple months to make. Now originally this car was supposed to be finished for the throttle throwdown, and as some of you may know, I ended up racing the 600 LT in that. And sadly, that's how it goes with building cars. Sometimes things don't work out, and parts you were supposed to order, you never did order because you don't know exactly what you're doing. And that's this video in a nutshell.
It's so little.
It's a little guy. All right, we're gonna get this last turbo out, and then we need to take a quick pit stop over the Hurricane Motorsports. Now, David Shoup is tuning the G82 when it gets single turboed, and Shoup wants us to have 3 O2 sensor bungs, while this downpipe only has 2. So we're gonna take it over to Hurricane, bring an O2 sensor, and we'll put one in probably right here, and Shoup will be happy, and my car will be happy. There we go. Now, before we continue with today's video, I want to thank today's sponsor, LastFit. Now, recently, LastFit just transformed my wife's Trackhawk with new all-weather floor mats. And well, since I now have a big old work truck, that means we had to upgrade it with floor mats from LastFit. Over here on the ground were my old floor mats from the truck that are cloth. With this truck, I take it all the way across the country, which means this truck has seen rain, snow, dirt, mud, you name any kind of condition, and it's been there. And if the truck has seen those conditions, so have my feet, which means what's standing in between me and this beautiful limited interior were some cloth floor mats, but not anymore with these new LastFit ones. Now these floor mats are not cut to size floor mats. LastFit has laser edge designing to make sure that these mats fit perfect every single time. And when I mean fit perfect, they even got it dialed down to the little grommets that come factory with my truck. Listen to this. That's a good sound. And another amazing thing about this product is the fact that it doesn't sacrifice the interior look. It still looks perfect while also keeping it safe. Also, occasionally, I also let my dog ride in the truck, and he doesn't wash his paws all the time, and he sees mud, dirt, and grime every day. And now, I don't have to worry about him hopping in. Go ahead, get in the truck. Good boy. And look at that, I'm already putting the mats to work. Now, if you want your own high quality floor mats for your vehicle to protect it from all of the elements, check out LastFit, put in your year, make, and model of your vehicle, and I guarantee you they'll have something in their inventory for you to try out to make sure your car is always protected. Thank you so much, LastFit, for sponsoring this video and protecting my truck. And now, let's get back into the video. Hurricane Motorsports, the only place to go.
Okay, Jordan, lay some dimes.
Beautiful. Well, now we're at the part of where I don't know what I'm doing, and we're gonna have to call Senka Motorsport a few times. I've never done a turbo kit before, so it's the first one. Well, I put a turbo on, but this is like completely different. Right now, putting block out plates for the back of the engine, because we're only gonna need one oil feed and return line, not two, since we only have one turbo now. So put these on and then figure it out. There we go. Well, one quick phone call later to Senka Motorsport. Nick, we have deleted something else. You might not notice it, but we deleted an auxiliary pump right there, got the block offs. I pulled the lines out. I had the feed and return line hooked up just to confirm that's where they go, even though it's pretty self-explanatory. And now we are at the fun part, the cool part, the part that is gonna take the longest, at least that's what Senka told me, and that is this thing, the manifold.
I think it's huge.
I get that a lot. Oh yeah, I can definitely see why this can be a pain. I think that's all the way in. Also, we're gonna need to take off the bumper and pull the intakes off. Maybe we do that next, because that'd be like a nice easy transition before we do that. Which is exactly what I ended up doing, as well as pulling the intake manifold so we can swap in a new Bimmer Network one that's gonna give us more cooling and give us port injection, which is gonna allow us to run more fuel, because with all that power, we're gonna need more fuel. Well, it is now a few days later. Today is my birthday. Just turned 25. I feel 20, so that's a good sign. However, I did pluck out a gray hair out of my eyebrow this morning, so that was kind of scary. But we are now all set up and ready to go to start with the wiring harness. Everything else is here. My Precision Raceworks fuel pump, everything for Bimmer Network, everything from Senka. We are good to go. So, the first thing we're gonna throw in is this TMS harness from Bimmer Network. Now, this is a very, very important thing to have. It makes everything plug and play, super simple for your motive reflex. So if you want this for your Supra, G82, check out Bimmer Network, get their TMS harness. This literally gives you everything you need to go port injection and more power. Last time when I did this harness, I did on my Supra, and I had to plug it in to the footwell module down here. But they did some revisions and made it even easier. So all we have to do now is literally plug it in to the transmission harness, and then you plug this other one into the other side that usually plugs into here, and boom, you're all wired in. And then all you have to do is plug in everything else to the sensors and stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff missing, so this won't be complete before I move on to the next step, because it's a lot easier to get to the crank sensor and drop the wires down to that with the manifold off. Once the wiring harness was in and the intake manifold off camera, I threw on the injectors for our port injection and started moving on to the wastegates. Now I'm running two hyperheat wastegates from TurboSmart, which are very important because without these, I won't be able to regulate my boost pressure that the turbo is gonna make.
All right, so I got a lot of the boring stuff out of the way. I went ahead and did the MAC valve, so that's what this is right here. We have all the tubing going from the wastegates. They're heat wrapped as well because they are plastic tubing, and if one of them melts, it's not a good day. So all those are routed, wastegates are mounted and tight, dump tubes are mounted and tight. This part of the housing is done. Let's put the rest of the turbo together, see what that looks like, and then move on to the fuel system. Getting closer. Now it's time to put the drain line and feed line on, and then tighten that piece down, and then move on to the bigger piece. And we'll have to tweak that a little bit as well when we're doing the charge piping, but that'll be a problem for a little bit later. We also gotta do a down pipe, and yeah, there's a lot of steps. This is a monumental moment. Never heat wrapped anything in my life. I don't think that's half bad. And you can still see the Sencal logo. Now, will this fit? God damn. That fit from the bottom. All right. It's the moment of truth. We find out we have to move a bunch of stuff.
And here comes the problem that caused the chain of events that allowed this project to go way over the estimated time frame.
I think we're solid. I think we can mount it. So if you remember something, I mentioned a little bit ago when I first got the single turbo kit that I had to wait a little bit longer because the turbo I got from TurboSmart was the wrong one and it wouldn't fit the downpipe. I got the right turbo, and turns out the downpipe flange is actually smaller than the turbo I got the second go around. And I trusted it and I didn't check it, so that's my fault. Look at this. The flange on the downpipe, smaller than the flange on the turbo. Luckily, TurboSmart sends us a flange that will fit perfectly on the turbo. But now the question is this: will there be somebody, aka Hurricane Motorsports, will they be able to fit me in tomorrow at some point in the day to mount this onto the downpipe, cut that flange off, and put this one on? If they can, great. If they can't, boys, there's no chance we're taking this car.
So after that discovery, I ended up working on my Precision Raceworks fuel system, the best fuel system in the game. If you want it, check it out, link in the description. But with this system, it's going to pull fuel directly from the fuel tank to the port injection to allow David Shoup to tune in, so we have twice the amount of fuel going at once to compensate for all the extra power. And sadly that night, I didn't finish it, and I had to leave the next morning for the throttle throwdown. After that 4-day trip, I had to start on my Lamborghini Huracan rebuild series. And then just a couple days later, I had to leave again to go on Crown Rally, which was also a week long. And maybe a day or two later, I ended up doing a 20-hour road trip into Canada to go for the next gen season opener. Once I got back home, I took delivery of my second Huracan and started rebuilding that thing, and then started getting prepped and ready to go for Gold Rush Rally, which was over a 2-week long process. And to top it all off, I had to order a blow-off valve and a couple other things that I forgot to get. Which brings us to now. Yeah, I've been putting this project off. I went on so many trips, worked on so many other cars, and neglected finishing this one. And today, and tomorrow, and probably the next day, we're gonna be putting work into this thing and finishing it. Now, what has changed since the last time I picked up the camera for this video? We got new bead locks now. We got our single exit exhaust system hooked up, and we also have a fresh diffuser that is missing an under tray piece because this exhaust tip is so big from Sencal that we're gonna need to trim it, and then we put the rest of the diffuser on. And honestly, aside from that, nothing else has changed on this car. So today, tomorrow, and the next day, we're gonna continue to finish this car and get it on the road. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but at the same time, I will give myself some slack. Some parts were not quite there yet. I would say now we have 98% of the parts, but I could be very wrong. So let's get to work. Now off camera I did a lot of stuff like making sure the fuel system didn't leak, setting boost pressure, doing the MAC valve, doing the blow off valve, all the vacuum lines, and so much more. But all that was off camera with any time that I had. But at this moment, all I had left was finish routing the coolant tank and doing the wiring harness, as well as adding our new Black Market Race catch can with the coolant tank bracket. So if you guys want anything from Black Market Race, I'll leave a link down below and you're gonna get 10% off using my code on screen. But once all that was done, it was time to just button up the car, and we were ready for our first tune.
It is time. Very long time. I have been dealing with so many things with this car. I try and get it all perfect, and believe it or not, it's actually not as easy as you think to single turbo these cars when you don't know what you're doing, because there are certain things you don't think about that you need, and then someone else has to tell you to think about them, and then you think about them, and then you have to wait a couple weeks till they get here. That's the story of my life with this car, but now, if I have the single turbo one of these again, I can do a lickety split. It's done, and once it was done, I was able to actually ask Shoop for a tune. Shoop sent me a tune. We have it right here on my phone. So we're gonna go ahead, get in the car, and flash it. The reflex is already updated and is ready to go. A bunch of confusing stuff. You probably don't even know what reflex is, but it's a very, very cool thing that allows this car to do single turbo stuff. So let's go ahead and flash the car. We're gonna flash custom map, Shoop, base file, contact, and DME. Okay, so we gotta go to options. We gotta do a few things. So he wanted us to do coolant target to sport, set your ECA preset to reflex, intercooler flow to sport cooling. So everything's sport cooling. Please check the box for TCU limit removal. Okay. Right map. Communicating with ECU. Okay, don't touch anything. Touch anything, the ECU is gonna get locked. 80%, 90%. Please wait. Clearing codes. Still clearing codes. Success. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. It's running. The turbo's spinning. Woohoo! It's actually not that loud. Tell me if you see anything leaking underneath.
No.
Nothing? Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. We have a massive exhaust leak right now. You can hear it. Majority of the exhaust is right here. And the reason we have the exhaust leak is there's only one flex joint. There's not two, so the exhaust is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But Sencal sent us a new exhaust system, well, a downpipe. It's fine with the exhaust leak, but in the next video we won't have one anymore. We'll have a new downpipe. I don't see any leaks. There's no leaks aside from an exhaust leak. There might be some little leaks like coolant or fuel or something. Probably should open the door. There might be some little leaks here and there in the future, but as of right now, just idling, we don't have anything. Should we get a little blip? Should we sound that? Wait, listen. Let's go! Alright, we'll take it for a little test drive. Let's get it off the lift. It has been months in the making. This lift has been occupied for so freaking long. Let's go for a cruise. Okay, she's off the lift for her first maiden voyage, but there's one more thing we need to do. It's in the green, so it should work, right? Now we gotta torque the wheels. We got our fancy Sencal Motorsport V-Lux. We don't really need them right now because we're on base file, but it looks pretty cool. Wouldn't that suck? Do all this work on a car and your wheel falls off? It sounds insane. That's crazy. I already checked. We're good on oil. We just added coolant, so we should be fine for now. I'm resisting the urge to floor it right now because I know we're on base map. We can't do anything crazy. All right, we're gonna do a log. Shoot wants us 4th gear, 2,500 RPM. Start log. It's a freaking dog down low. That's the thing with single turbo. It doesn't have, like, if we were in stock turbo still, that would have been like, we've been going, you know? But now we have a big, massive single. It's gonna take a while to build boost, unless we're having a boost issue. We won't know until we send the log to Shoop. And in the next video, it'll be all tuning and getting this car 100% based off of what Shoop says off of that log. Yeah, we don't have a boost issue. It's building boost when I want to go. It sounds nuts. Sounds pretty freaking sick.
It sounds so cool when you drive by.
Is that our coolant on the side that we pulled off?
Where?
Is that us leaking something?
I mean, it has coolant light, didn't
No coolant, no low coolant light, and it looks like it's still there. The motor's still there, so I'm gonna do a couple more passes because this sounds sick.
it? It sounds really cool.
I want to go so like full blast with this thing right now, but I can't because we're on base file. No drips. Oil level is still fine. Cool level is still fine, or else we'll through a code. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a successful first drive. Obviously, we still have to wait for Shoop to tell us about the log. Okay, now all left to do is dial in a tune and turn up the boost. This will be the fastest car in the fleet. But on that note, it's gonna be today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the bell. I am so pumped. This is the first time I've ever turboed a car properly, if that's what you'd say. We did the stock relocation turbo on the Supra a long time ago, but this is completely different. Yeah, stay tuned for the next video because it's gonna be a banger, whether it's this or something else I have planned, because we got a lot going on right now. And I will see you in the next video. Drive safe.